Gentlemen, let's be honest for a moment. You probably wouldn't bring this up at the gym, not in the locker room, maybe not even with your closest friend. But the thought has been there quietly, persistently, for years, maybe even decades. Am I normal? I'm Dr. Narita, a urologist who has spent 12 years helping men regain confidence, intimacy, and peace of mind. And today, we're going to tackle one of the most common yet most unspoken questions in men's health: penis size. We're going to separate myth from science, fantasy from biology, and insecurity from truth, because millions of men silently carry doubts that were never theirs to begin with. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. Hit that like button if you've ever wondered about this topic, and of course, subscribe to Dr. Narita on men's health, because every week I share science-backed answers to the questions men are often too embarrassed to ask. All right, let's start with the biggest myth of all. Here's the truth that might surprise you. More than 90% of men are completely normal. Yes, you heard that right. A landmark global study, over 15,000 men, published in the British Journal of Urology International, found that the vast majority of men fall squarely within a healthy average range. So why do so many men still feel inadequate? It starts early. Picture this. You're 13 or 14, stumbling across your first adult video. You don't realize you're not watching biology. You're watching performance. Those actors, they weren't chosen at random. They were cast for size, shot with special angles, enhanced with lighting, even digitally edited. That becomes your reference point. Then you add locker room chatter, crude comparisons, and cultural jokes. Suddenly, a completely average body starts to feel like not enough. Studies show up to 60% of men feel some dissatisfaction with their size, even though 95% of them are completely normal by medical standards. And here's another truth bomb. When women are surveyed, only 5 to 10% say size is very important in a partner. Most say connection, confidence, and intimacy matter far more. So the problem, it's not biology, it's perception. And perception, gentlemen, can be changed. Now let me step into my role as your doctor for a moment. I've been a practicing urologist for over 12 years. I've spoken with thousands of men, some in their 20s, many in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. And I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Men almost always underestimate themselves. Women almost always care less than men imagine. And biology almost always lands you in the normal range. But here's the catch. Most men never learn how to measure correctly. They use bathroom mirrors, inconsistent methods, or compare themselves in the worst possible conditions. That's like stepping on a broken scale and believing the number is real. No wonder anxiety builds. So today, I'm going to give you the step-by-step method doctors use in clinical research. After this, you'll know how to measure accurately. No more guessing, no more distorted comparisons. But before we get into the how, let's look at the actual numbers, because the facts may shock you. Let's break this down into the 5 most common mistakes men make about size and how to fix them. Mistake number 1, measuring the wrong way. Most men measure from the skin, not the bone, or they do it half aroused, or worse, they compare themselves when cold or anxious. Here's the correct medical method. Stand upright. Use a ruler or soft tape. Place it on the top of the penis, pressing gently into the pubic bone, not just the skin. While flaccid, gently stretch the penis to its full natural length. Measure from the base to the tip. That's called the flaccid stretch length, and it reliably predicts your true erect length. For girth, wrap a soft tape around the thickest part of the shaft, mark the overlap, and measure. Most men who try this for the first time realize they're longer than they thought. Mistake number 2, believing fantasy instead of science. A huge 2015 study, nearly 15,000 men worldwide, found the following averages. Erect length, 13.2 centimeters, just over 5 inches. Erect girth, 11.5 centimeters, about 4.5 inches, and 90 to 95% of men fall between 4 and 6.3 inches. So if you're anywhere in that range, you are perfectly medically normal. Yet, what do we compare ourselves to? Hollywood, adult films, exaggerated jokes. None of it is biology. Your brain has been tricked into insecurity by engineered illusions. Mistake number 3, ignoring body fat's role. Here's something most men never realize. As belly fat builds, the penis appears shorter. Why? Because it doesn't shrink. It retreats into the fat pad above the pubic bone. Studies show losing just 2 inches off your waist can reveal up to 1.5 centimeters, half an inch, of visible length. That's not surgery. That's simple health improvement. Mistake number 4, forgetting blood flow is everything. The penis isn't a muscle. It's a vascular organ, which means its performance depends almost entirely on circulation. Better blood flow equals fuller erections equals more visible size. So what helps? Nitrate-rich foods like beets, spinach, arugula, supplements like L-citrulline or L-arginine with medical guidance. Staying hydrated, quitting smoking, pelvic floor exercises, yes, Kegels for men. These aren't cosmetic fixes. They're health boosters. Your heart and brain benefit too. Mistake number 5, comparing instead of connecting. Here's the most destructive habit, turning intimacy into a scoreboard. Gentlemen, you are not a number. You're not defined by centimeters on a ruler. What women remember isn't length, it's connection, confidence, and presence. Research consistently shows once size falls within the normal range, satisfaction depends on emotional connection and confidence in the moment. A man who is present, affectionate, and secure will always outshine a man who is anxious, regardless of size. All right, let's pull this together into a simple plan you can start today. Step 1, measure correctly, once the medical way. Write it down. That's your truth. No more comparisons. Step 2, improve visibility by trimming waist fat. Even small changes in belly fat can make a huge visual difference. Step 3, optimize blood flow daily. Eat greens, hydrate, walk, and strengthen pelvic floor muscles. Step 4, get your hormones checked. Low testosterone affects size, performance, and confidence. If you're low, natural steps like sleep, strength training, and nutrition can help. Step 5, focus on connection, not comparison. When intimacy is about closeness instead of measurement, confidence grows naturally. Let me pause here. If you've carried this insecurity for years, maybe since you were a teenager, I want to say this clearly. You are not broken. You are not too small. You are already enough. Most men who seek surgery or risky procedures are already normal, and many of them stay dissatisfied afterward because the issue wasn't biology, it was perception. I've seen men in their 70s rediscover confidence once they understood the truth. Their relationships improved, their intimacy deepened. Not because they changed their body, but because they changed their perspective. And you can too. Gentlemen, let me leave you with this. You are not your measurement. You are your mindset. When you stop obsessing over size, you free yourself to focus on what really matters, your health, your confidence, and your connections. And when you do that, everything gets better. Performance, intimacy, self-esteem, even the way you carry yourself in the world. So ask yourself, what's more powerful? Being half an inch above average on a chart, or being a man who is confident, present, and in control of his health and life? I think you already know the answer. Like this video if you found even one truth today that eased your mind. Subscribe to Dr. Narita, Harch Men's Health for weekly science-backed insights to help you reclaim strength, dignity, and confidence at every age. And remember, you are not too old. You are not too small. You were simply never told the truth. Now you know it. I'll see you in the next video. So here's your action step. Leave a comment below, anonymously if you like, and tell me, what's the biggest challenge you faced with confidence and intimacy?